All right, well, if you're like me, when you get a flat tire, you just call the auto club or another service to come out and help you. But what if you were somewhere where you didn't have a cell phone or your auto club couldn't get to you? This morning, we're learning how to change a tire with our auto man, Brian Bowersock. Thank you so much for being here with us. A little cold out here, as Emmett mentioned, but we're warming up. Let's talk about changing a tire. The first thing, though, you need to have the right tools to actually do it. So what should you be keeping in your car when it comes time to changing a tire?
What you should be keeping in your car is what came with the car. Most cars come with a jack, the lug wrench, a lock key if they come with factory locks on the wheels, and things like that. It's very important to verify that you have those in your car, because even if you have a spare tire, you don't have a lug wrench and a jack, you're not changing the tire if you get a flat tire, obviously.
Right. So where do we start? Let's say we're, on the mountain, going up to Big Bear right now, getting ready to do some mountain biking, and you get a flat tire and you don't have cell phone service. You can't get to your auto club, or your auto club can't get to you. Where do you start? The
number one thing that I'm going to stress is safety, obviously. Getting the vehicle off the road. Last thing you want to do is, we're looking for a flat spot. Obviously on a mountain that's a little difficult, but there are spots that you can pull off the road. A nice flat spot, a place where there's not a lot of traffic, so you or the passenger in your vehicle obviously can't get harmed or hit by another vehicle while doing this.
Okay, and this might sound silly to be reviewing all of this, but it's little things that we all forget, and especially for someone like me, who I just call my husband or my dad, to come help me out. If I'm alone, I got to know how to do this. So after we pull off, we're safe, we're somewhere where we can do all this. Where do we go from there?
From there, you're going to get your tools out, which we already did here. Most of them are located in the trunk of the car. We have the jack, the lug wrench, the lock key, and the hubcap removal tool. You want to get the vehicle positioned, like I said, where it's flat. Put the parking brake on the car so the car doesn't move.
roll.
Doesn't roll. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
First thing you're going to do is we're going to actually, this has a little tool to remove the hubcap.
Okay. So
you can just pull the hubcap off. Before you jack the vehicle up, you need to loosen all the lugs on the vehicle.
Okay.
Just slightly. You don't want the wheel, obviously. Don't take the lugs off the wheel.
Right, but just loosen them. You do that with all of them, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And so we're going to loosen all the lugs on this. After we get the lugs loose, then we're going to jack the vehicle up.
Okay.
This vehicle actually has a lock key to keep the rims from ever being stolen on it.
Okay.
That's a very important part. That's one of the things that people often lose. Can't get the wheel off without it. Once you loosen up the lugs, we're going to want to jack the car up. Now, this vehicle, manufacturers make all different kinds of jacks, so you need to be kind of familiar with your vehicle.
Okay.
This actually has a pinch point jack, and there's a specific spot for all these jacks on all different kinds of cars. So you need to, there's usually directions with these vehicles for changing a tire. So we're just going to jack it up. Most of these jacks are fairly easy to operate.
Yeah, it looks pretty easy there.
Just keeps cranking up. And it can take a bit of jacking to get the wheel up off the ground, as you can see. These jacks are specifically made just for changing a tire.
Okay.
Never get underneath a vehicle with one of these jacks.
Especially on the freeway as well, right?
Yeah, especially on the freeway as well.
Okay, so once we get it up, I know it's having some diffidifficulties getting up.
It's getting up there.
Then you take it off, right? It's that simple?
Yeah, you actually take the wheel off the car. You can see the wheels off the ground. We actually will remove the wheel from the car.
Okay.
And we will put the new wheel on. So we're not going to take this wheel. Obviously, we're limited on time all the way off. Once you get the new wheel on the car, you will tighten the lugs down.
So just go back the process,
Correct. You're going to lower the car, which we'll do right now. And then what you're going to do after you tighten the lugs on the car by hand and lower the car, you're going to take your lug wrench and make sure all of them are snugged up.
Right, and make sure the alignment's right too, because that's a big issue,
and a good thing to do when you tighten these is you hand tighten them so that the rim is flat against it. Once you set the vehicle on the ground, you actually tighten them in a star pattern. That way it snugs it all up nice and evenly. Make sure it's nice and snug.
All right.
Put the hubcap back, your tools back, and you successfully have changed the tire.
Well, you did it for me this morning, but I definitely am learning. And I might need another review. And of course, if you need another review at home, you can call Brian. He's our auto man. He's always happy to answer any questions you might have. Of course, for more information, just go to our website, san diego6.com, and click on Hot Topics.